All right, I should be recording. And on top of that, somebody wants me to open up Google Meet. So I'm opening up Google Meet as well. So people watch this video, just hang tight while I open up. All right, sorry. All right. All right. So we'll see how this goes. I'm doing two things at once. This is not going to take very long. So look up here. Here's what you need to have done. At this point, you should have had your story turned in with all your highlighting. Look, we're going to finish this story up this week. Okay. So here's what we need to accomplish. If you look over here, you need to make sure your story is turned in. Now, when I say that, I mean the story turned in to me for your check. Okay, so I need the one for the highlight. I'm not grading at this point. I'm just making sure you're up to snuff. All right, next, you are going to make a clean copy of this. So once you've got it, you're going to get rid of all the highlights and you're going to make a clean copy without highlights. You guys with me? All right, you're going to do this in a separate document. It's not going to be on the same one, right? So separate document, clean copy. With me? Everybody with me? Yes. All right, nod heads, everyone's fine. Then you're going to take that clean copy, and I want you to read it out loud to yourself. The reason I tell you to do this is when you read silently, you replace words that aren't there. Or when you read sentences out loud, sometimes you go, oh, it doesn't make sense. Have you guys ever read like an email or something out loud, or read something you've written and you go, oh, glad I didn't send that, it makes no sense. But when you read it silently, it made sense, right? So let's go ahead and make sure that we're doing that. Girls, I'll get you up to speed. I'm also videoing this, so if you missed the front end of it, okay? Ultimately, make sure your story's turned in with highlights, okay? You're gonna make a clean copy without highlights in a separate document, okay? For those on the video, sorry, we have people joining Google Meet and I'm just re-explaining. So you're gonna take this separate copy with no highlights, and then you're gonna read it out loud to yourself, and as you read it out loud, read it out. You don't have to do it out loud like I am. You can whisper it to yourself. But there's something in your brain that if you read it out loud, you're going to catch mistakes if you just read it silently to yourself. So if you need to go in my room, down the hallway, whatever, read it out loud. Make corrections as you go. So if you come to a sentence that doesn't make a lot of sense, welcome back. Get your computer out and get your story open. And I'll have to review this for you. I'm not going to go over it a third time. All right. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to read it out loud. You're going to make your improvements. You're going to make your corrections, right? But it's also a time to improve. If something's a little boring there, this is your third time, fourth time through. If you think, oh, this could be better, go ahead and make it better, all right? But definitely fix your corrections. We're looking for misspellings. Obviously, hopefully you've all ran it through Grammarly. Nothing more frustrating than to sit there and open up your document and see 42 blue lines that tell me things that are simple mistakes. So make sure your Grammarly is turned on before you do this, okay? You're gonna submit your paper to 2 peers, all right? So what you're gonna do is if you guys will go to Google Classroom, and if you open up the week 15 at a glance, you will see the assignment, okay? But then at the bottom, you're going to see the roster. I went ahead and posted the roster there. You are going to pick the 2 people below you. That's who you're going to share your final copy with. This is a copy that you've made without highlights. This is a copy that you've read through, that you've made every correction. In your mind, this is it. This is the final copy from your effort, all right? You're going to share that document with the 2 people below you. If you're at the bottom of the alphabet, like say you're second from the bottom, you'll do the person below you and then the person at the top. If you're the bottom person on the alphabet, you'll do the next 2, you'll do number 1 and number 2. Once they do this, peer editors, there's a form under assignments called, I think it's what's called, you guys look it up, peer editing? Peer editing form. That is the form that you are going to use to do the 2 stories you receive. So pay attention. This is the way it's going to look. So I'm going to share my story with 2 of my peers. my final story that I think's awesome, right? Clean copy, separate, no highlights, title, author, perfect story, in my opinion. Then I'm going to send it to two peers. These peers are going to read it and make suggestions. You know how you can make suggestions? Once somebody shares stuff to you, it shows up in a different color, and you can either accept or reject those suggestions. When you peer edit for grammar, spelling, those sort of things, right? Make those suggestions there. However, the form itself has a list of questions that you need to answer as a peer. And these are things like, do I like or hate the character? Why? Okay. Does it have rising action? So all you do is make sure you go down and answer every question. Like if I get two peer sheets back and they say that I haven't developed my character, guess what? I probably haven't, okay? So the final thing we will do is once you get your two edit forms back, look over your paper. Both people will make corrections. You can see who made what corrections, right? You will finalize your paper and you're going to turn it into an assignment that's not there yet called narrative final paper, okay? I'm going to see how this week plays out, okay? See how long it takes you to read to do the peer edits, okay? Because those take time. Trust me, I know. I peer edit. I'm going to have to peer edit about, well, not peer. You guys aren't in your 50s. But you get the idea, right? I'm going to have to edit your papers, final. So you're going to have to do two. The very top, it says be constructive on those forms, right? But that doesn't mean don't be critical. Be honest with them, right? Be honest with them, but make sure we say it in a kind, constructive way, okay? So the documents you're going to want to pull up is obviously you're going to make a clean copy. You're going to pull up the roster that's on the Week at a Glance to see who you're going to share with and who's going to peer edit yours. You'll be able to see that. And then you're going to pull up those forms and you're going to make a copy because you're going to have to complete two of them. And once you've completed them, you can share those with the people that the papers you've edited. All right? Questions here? All right, it's going to take a little time. The first thing is take care of your story first. All right? Take care of your story first. Get the clean copy, read it out loud, make corrections, fix it. Also, look at the peer editing form. Ask yourself, peer edit your own paper. I'm not going to have you turn it in, but see how you would answer your own papers. That way, if you say, no, my character, I don't care for them, or there's no emotion towards them, don't be surprised when two of your peers say, hey, I'm not too concerned about your character, right? So that's it. We got it? Now, I had a couple of emails saying, hey, can you help me with some figurative language? It's tough. I can maybe point out where you might need figurative language. I can't do it for you because that's the whole point of writing. Could I write and make something in your paper? Yes, I could. But I don't want to do that, right? But if you have like, oh, I really need something here, I can help you work through that, okay? You guys have any questions? No? You're good? All righty. So at least it's a decent assignment you should be able to do from home, okay? All right. You guys are so talkative. All right. I'm also Zoom videoing. You guys want to say anything on Zoom video? No. All righty. Okay. Well, you guys can hang out, but it's going to be just a lot of silence and it'll be very boring. So did I not hit record? I think I hit record. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. I'm going to end that.